Okay, this little video goes out to the little shit stain known as Jesse FunWithLogic. Yeah, I can't even remember the last name. Do you want to know why? It's because you're not even the real FunWithLogic, asshole. I mean, you ripped this has-been YouTuber off. You tried to copy his videos and tried to assume his identity. You made a YouTube channel to shit on this guy and basically used it to shit on someone that I believe you knew in a romantic relationship as well. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to run your channel, dude, but at the same time, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, dude, if I were to really come up with a more intellectually suitable content to respond to you, it would just be a video of me scratching my balls under my pants, if I really wanted to get down to how incredibly stupid that sounds. I mean, think about it. You told me you're going to send the fucking FBI after me. For what? What are you going to send the FBI after me for? Nothing. You have nothing. They don't give a shit about YouTube beefs because they have terrorists and serial killers to track down. I mean, think about it. Do you think the fucking FBI agent gives a shit if someone calls you a dickhead over something stupid you say? No. They're just gonna think it's two angry assholes behind computers annoyed at each other because they both disagree with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, pardon the whispering. It's just that she needed some assistance for a minute, and I figure I might as well help her while I'm uploading this.
Hi.
Yes, so all of you that didn't believe I have a girlfriend, there she is. And fuck you.
Okay.
I have no fear of you people.
Okay, go on.
Sorry, I just had to do that though. It was like the perfect time just to prove how stupid people are. Like, thing is though, FunWithLogic, you're not even the real FunWithLogic. Your profile picture looks like a knockoff of fucking Chris Chan before he turned into, well, I guess you could call him a tomgirl now. And yes, just because something seems stupid to you, labeling it autistic does not exactly make you look that inspired. It makes you look like a fucking moron who's too stupid to figure out that there are broad spectrums of such mental disorders. But I digress. Now, FunWithLogic, the reason I don't like you is not just because you're a cum-guzzling pain in the ass. It's because you're a little shit stain who basically makes a career out of ripping off someone else's videos, trying to assume their online identity, and basically, this person that you ripped off had to terminate their own channel just because you're too much of a fucking pussy to admit that you couldn't think of your own content. And when I called you out on that, you made a video claiming that I was apparently an unintellectual, if you really want to get down to it. And the funny thing is, dude, the video wasn't even any good content. It was basically me, froze frame, doing a fucking facepalm, and then lifting my head up in the air, as you're playing a stupid fucking copyrighted song, claiming that the reason I'm angry is because I am gay or fat. Which is fucking stupid, okay? It's fucking stupid. It makes you look like a fucking moron for making two broad generalizations by knowing nothing at all about me.
I'm here.
I know. Thing is, though, I can't censor myself just because someone else is here. Otherwise, it's just gonna look like I'm not trying hard enough.
That's not what I meant.
I know. Thing is, though, FunWithLogic, maybe if you got your head out of your ass and actually stop trying to paint someone else out as what you wish them to be. And what I'm referring to is the original FunWithLogic. You know, the guy Stevie reacted to before you ripped him off and tried to mimic his channel. You claim you're gonna report me to the FBI for this. You claim that you know MMA and that you're gonna come find me for this. You claim you're gonna do this for this. You claim you're gonna do that for that. How about you actually just grow a fucking pair of nuts and just do something else with your time? I mean, seriously. You're the guy who's threatening someone that he doesn't even know. I'm gonna guess you're either some 14-year-old behind a keyboard whose balls haven't even dropped yet, or some 40-year-old man who decided that acting like a fucking dumbass and insulting someone half your fucking age was somehow a hilarious endeavor.
Need we go on?
I think we should, just because, well, let's face it, my normal video length is like 8 minutes to 10 minutes, and this isn't even 5 yet. Look, Phone with Logic. Wait, you're not even Phone with Logic. You're like Chris's Phone with Logic. So you're like Chris Chan, Phone with Logic, stupid fucking asshole. Change your channel name to that, because it seems to be the most applicable thing I can think of. Like, I know you could probably think of something else, like Super Cuckmaster or something, but the point being is, you made a channel to defame another user, and force this user to delete all of his videos. Now granted, the original Phone with Logic was an ungrateful asshole who jumped to conclusions about Steve, but at the same time, you're no better for having done that, and then having done it to someone else. Like, people like you seem to only exist to rip off other people's content and then use it as your own. And in turn, you generate a small subscriber base. Basically, you remind me of a fucking lolcow. Like the stupid little 12-year-old boys who say stupid things and scream racist remarks and curse to the top of their lungs, and then so people watch their videos over and over again, and they can just jack their little weens to the fact that they're getting a whole bunch of views for doing something incredibly fucking stupid.
What is it, like 2?
What?
His count? Is it 2?
His sub count?
Yeah.
I don't know, the reason I didn't even look at his sub count is because he's not even actually like an official channel. Like, I know he's partnered, but the fact is the only reason he has so many subs is actually because they're the other person's subs who came to his channel after he ripped off this other person's videos.
Yeah, I'm guessing 2.
Probably. But I'm not trying to... But I hate the fact that he's probably going to watch this and he's probably going to leave like a link to his channel or something and have like a pissy video where he's like calling me all sorts of shit. Which actually I think would be fucking funny because it goes to show that he can't live without jacking it to the idea that he's going to piss me off in one way or another. Just like the guy Gieber, he made a fucking rant video about me where he did a video response, didn't even show his face. Like, he's too much of a pussy, he won't show his face. But he basically put my head on Guts' body from Berserk, which I actually thought was fucking flattering. It's like, okay, I'm that much of a badass, okay. I'll gladly be that much of a badass. Give me the giant sword, I'll slash it into pieces. I might hurt my back a bit trying to lift it, but damn, I'll try. Thing is, though, Phone with Logic, there is no logic and there is no fun in your videos. Do you want to know why? Fun would imply there's something to enjoy. Logic would imply that there's some fact in your videos. And the fact that you seem to forsake both in every video you seem to have made or stolen only goes to show the fact that you're basically just a desperate attention whore. Like Gerg. Or like Marbles. Or like Gieber. Basically every fucking lowest common denominator on site. Everyone that's like way down here and acts as though they're all high and mighty. You want to be one of those guys. Now, granted, my sub count is much smaller than theirs, but I've only been on here for almost a year. It hasn't even been a year. It would have been a year like next March or next April. Actually, it'd be next September. Now that I think about it, because that's when I actually first started uploading. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Like, if you figure it'll help, feel free to correct me. But the point being is, you've been on this channel for much longer than I have, but you are only on this channel because you ripped someone else's channel off. And you did so just to troll this other user into a pissed off, angry situation. Like, you basically tried to mind fuck someone, and because they said, fuck you, I'm going to remove all my videos so you can't fuck with me anymore, well, you just proceeded to try to defame this person's character. Now, like I said, the original Phone with Logic was a fucking asshole and a moron for trying to paint Steve as a fucking abusive asshole, but at the same time, it makes you no fucking better because you're going out of your way to shit on someone who's pretty much long fucking gone. And the sad part is, you're not the only one of your kind. There are literally dozens more. Like, no more than a week ago, I ran into a channel who uploaded a video of Steve shouting at his former fiancée from years ago. Now, Steve was in a very emotional, distraught state. He suffers from bipolar disorder, so he doesn't really control how he feels or how he says half the time. Now, I'm not making an excuse for him. What he said was still pretty shitty, but the fact that that video is still up there after it was supposed to be removed on the legal grounds that it was his personal privacy that was being violated for that video having been uploaded in the first place, that copy of the video shouldn't even exist. Now, I don't remember the name of the channel, nor do I really give a fuck what it is, because let's face it, the owner of the channel is probably just some piece of shit who needs to troll for attention. Thing is, though, that anyone at all would literally go to that extent to shit on someone and would continue just perpetuating the same bullshit drama over and over and over. I mean, it only goes to show that this person has no outside existence. Like, this person is solely focused on damaging another person's reputation, even though this happened years ago. And these sort of people don't stop because they know for a fact that if they can piss someone off or get enough people to shit on this person will retaliate. And in turn, it will propel them to get a higher rating. So it'll climb every single time someone says something or someone views something. And that's the reason I blocked Marbles and Gaber's stupid fucking asses. Because the reason I knew I had to block them is because if I didn't, they would just keep making more videos, they would just keep talking more shit. And so all it would have done was get people that sub to me to view their shit, give them money, and for what? Just so they can continue to shit on other people who have nothing to do with them. Like Marbles, for example, I know a lot of people talked about it. Marbles actually set someone else up to get fucking raped. Thank God it didn't happen, but the fact that he was willing to do it alone and then wanted to make a video to profit off of it goes to show how incredibly low his, well, goes to show how low his fucking integrity actually is, if you were to have a scale for integrity. But I'm going to return to FunWithLogic, since you seem to be, well, you're the sole focus of this rant, if you really want to get back into the reticle of what that was aimed at. FunWithLogic, well, Jesse FunWithLogic, some fucking last name I don't give a shit about. The reason I don't like you, and the reason I don't get along with you, isn't just because of your bullshit underhanded ways of shitting on someone else, but it's also because of how incredibly fucking misguided you seem to be. Like, from the moment I made my, like, when I first talked to you in my fucking comments section on my video, like, if you would actually look at your comments, you'd see half the shit you say is fucking stupid. Like when you told me you're gonna call the FBI on me. The FBI doesn't give a fuck about that sort of shit. Because like I said, if you were to actually take this to a Supreme Court, the case would be thrown out after like 2 fucking days. They'd look at us both like we're a pair of stupid fucking assholes, which have their heads up their asses, screaming at each other via keyboard or, well, video response. Now, as I said, I think you're a fucking asshole, and I think you're actually worse than the fucking original FunWithLogic. And if you really want to think about it, and the peace sign is there, or that might be a subscriber count, I don't know. Thing is, though, FunWithLogic, there is no fun, there is no logic. You are basically nothing more but a hollow shell of a channel you tried to mimic. I mean, if you were to think about it, you're basically a snake trying to slither into the shed skin of another snake, even though that skin is too large for you and does not fit. FunWithLogic, you're a disgusting asshole who looks like Chris Chan and basically makes videos to shit on other users without knowing anything about them.
No, it could be less than fun.
Well, there is no fun. It's basically no fun with no logic. So basically it's like any game in kindergarten that you're unable to play because, well, you're in trouble. Thing is, though, if you really go, I'm just gonna make a closing statement. You could have a bigger subscriber count. You could have a bigger monetization. You could even have a much larger channel view percentage. But that does not change the fact that you're a fucking asshole who's made an existence out of shitting on people who have done nothing to you. And before you try to call me out for being a hypocrite, the reason I shit on so many other people is not because they did nothing to me, it's because they seem to not give a shit about the people they affect. The reason I don't make rants about much larger channels is because, well, let's face it, a lot of the much larger channels don't do bullshit to piss people off. FunWithLogic, fuck you. It's the end of this video. I think you need to really get your fucking head checked out, or get a fucking day job, or perhaps move out of your mother's house.
Wait, can I say something?
Alright, you might want to finish quick, because I have like 20-something seconds.
Go suck an egg!
An egg preferably covered in elephant semen and syphilis. I'm done.